Right, let's try that. There we go. Okay, that was a bit confusing for a second. Right, I hope the sound's going to come out okay. It should do. But I've swapped out my sound card and things have got a lot more complicated. I don't know how I can get it to accept USB headphones. But I will have a fiddle later. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get back to G, please. I believe he's on level 10. Okay, I have completed this game at work on my PS Vita, so I'm hoping that I'm not too rusty, but time will tell.
An aircraft has been detected heading for the official residence of the Krakow president. Initial scans suggested to be a ground attack ship of some description, and it appears to be carrying some heavy ordnance. It refuses to respond to our requests for formal identification, so we are assuming it to be hostile. Scramble immediately. Intercept the craft and destroy it.
Right, okay, not a bad one to begin with. These ships do become more and more common. Yeah, they're arseholes. Luckily, man, performance issues. Luckily, I think we should be okay, because apart from a few craft, see, it was never this bad before I changed my graphics card. Right, let's just see how we go. Okay. Come on, baby. Really don't want to have to bail on this LP for the foreseeable future.
Control to Alpha Wing. Craft refusing legitimate ID request. Okay. Please intercept and destroy. Over.
Right. I'm hoping in the actual missions it's going to be okay. Anyway, let's go take this bad boy down. Don't worry about the fighters.
Incoming. Over.
Right, we're going to have to switch to something a bit bigger. Now this thing soaks up so much punishment, it's unreal. And we have to wait for it to spawn, because it doesn't spawn straight away. Right, I think the first thing I might do is set my wingman on it, so it doesn't matter if he buys the farm, as long as we survive. Now, I've got to try and remember where it comes from. Gunboat, okay. Okay, here we go.
Control to
there
Alpha
she
Wing.
is.
Take out that gunboat.
Right,
over.
hit it. No. Is that the gunboat? Yes, hit it. Okay, going loud. The only thing you can really do with this guy is throw everything you have at it. It is timed if you... Shit, a lot of these are going to hit that building. It is timed. If you take too long, they will... it will destroy that place and you have to start again. But these aren't too bad if you can catch them on their own. Just keep feeding it rockets. We're out of them. Let's feed it these dumb rockets. Come on. You can't shit when we're drifting closer and closer to it. You cannot take a lot of punishment from it. Because it hurts. It really hurts. I believe there's a level coming up we have to fight 2 or 3, maybe even 4 of these things. And the biggest problem with them is not necessarily the damage they do, it's the sheer amount of ordnance they suck up. Come on, she's going down. Boom! Easy as that. Not too bad at all. I hope that went okay. Right, I'm gonna be quick saving between missions because some of them get really hard. Look at that hit ratio, 85%. You're not gonna get that again. Right, so that was kind of a mild level. I think once we get to level 14, then it's disc 2. Now that's where I had problems before, but I believe I know a way around that now. Okay. I don't know what these performance issues are. Right.
The suspect craft was a B-202 ground attack gunboat. An extremely powerful piece of hardware, with the potential to destroy large buildings and similar man-made structures. According to a detailed scan of all databases, this type of hardware has never been introduced to Callisto. It scarcely needs to be mentioned that this is an extremely serious situation.
Okay, I don't know what's causing that skipping. I have done some research, and the only thing I can come up with is it's down to the frame rate. Now this is really sporadic frame rate on this game. It jumps from 20, well, it goes down to 1 frame, then straight back up to 60 frames, then it's just bouncing all over the place. I don't know why. My GTX 670 shouldn't be the cause. I got 16 gigs of RAM. It might be my processor, but I'm just going to say it's probably a poorly emulated, not poorly emulated, but I don't think the emulator handles this game very well. That's the only thing I can think of anyway. Right, moving on.
Things just got weirder. Late that night, I got a call from Reese to meet her down the lab. Intrigued, I went along. Reese was buzzing like a short circuit when I got there. She'd combed through the remains of Argenta's attacker and wanted to show me what she'd found. It was badly burnt, but I knew what it was. I had one implanted myself. It was a Cortex chip, used to record sensory data on its way to the brain, and it proved the pilot must have been ex-military. This was big news, and I turned around to say so, but the barrel of a Peacemaker 2 suggested that Reese had a problem to discuss. She'd secretly run checks on touching avionics, and eventually tracked down an advanced crypto-virus. I told her what had really happened on the mission, and why I'd had to lie. Reese wasn't convinced, so I poured out everything. Elaine, my suspicions, the lot. Finally, she put the gun down. The virus in the Cortex chip meant only one thing: a traitor. Could it be Horton? We had to tread carefully. Reese and I agreed to keep quiet about this information while she worked on a virus killer. It looked like I'd got my first ally.
So, the plot is thickening. At least we finally have an ally. We're not fumbling in the dark anymore. Right, let's continue. See what we're going to get sent
The
next.
situation looks grave, people. That full-scale airborne attack on President Argenta has pushed Krakow over the brink. They have effectively declared war on Nanosoft. Nanosoft claim they're victims of overt corporate rivalry and request G-Police protection. They've warned us, in addition to their new weapons, Krakow also have access to military equipment which was supposedly decommissioned after the war.
Yeah, typical.
It seems that Krakow and a few other corporations secretly stockpiled these weapons after the collapse. And it looks like a lot of them made it here to Callisto. We need to be ready for anything out there. In view of their cooperation, we must comply with Nanosoft's request. I want Krakow's private little war shut down before it rips Callisto apart. The rules of engagement have changed. Any Krakow vehicle may now be fired upon as soon as it is identified.
Nice.
We have also decided to authorize the use of military-grade weapons.
Sweet.
Mission briefings are at 0400 hours tomorrow. Good luck. Dismissed.
Alrighty then. Nice. Military-grade weapons.
Scramble immediately. We have a missile alert.
Oh, yeah.
Slater. This is a vital mission. A D-class cruise missile is currently traveling from Juno Dome. Its intended target appears to be Nanosoft HQ. If it connects with the HQ, the entire dome will rupture. It is imperative that the missile is taken down before it reaches its target. A radar team will attempt to locate the launch site. As soon as this is accomplished, they'll inform you. We'll then need you to destroy the site.
Okay, again, I'm sorry for the audio. It's starting to really bug me now. Never used to be that bad with my old card. But I don't think there's anything I can do about it. Right, hypervelocity missiles. I love these things. I think Starbursts are the new ones. Yeah, the Starburst dispersion missile is fired in bursts of 8. The warhead is light, most of the weight being taken up by the ignition fuel, which fires the weapon to a HUD target, which will not target G-Police units. Use caution. However, it will hit buildings that you're supposed to protect. It does target those. This is it's not a great weapon, but these are hypervelocity missiles, have no locking capability. The head of the missile contains only a depleted uranium core. Because the missile travels at high speeds, it is designed to penetrate the target on impact. I love these things. Right, let's go cruise missile hunting. Come on.
Control to Alpha Wing. Initiate scramble procedure. Missile is airborne. Over.
Okay. Oh, come on, man. Right.
Control to Alpha Wing. Seek out and destroy the missile before it hits the Nanosoft HQ.
Oh, come on, man.
Over.
Huh. Right.
Ground team Epsilon reporting. We're on our
Stuck
way.
in the wall there for a minute. Right, okay. Now, if I can refrain from crashing. Alright, I'm going to call it a video at the end of this mission because I've got to sort this frame rate issue out. This is bad. Right.
Seek out and destroy the cruise missile urgently.
Okay. We're going to use our... Do we have any IR missiles? No, we don't. We have stars. They do. Stars. Oh, shit. There it is. These are pretty good for it because it's not a fast-moving target. Shit. But you do have to stay in range, which means you have to be able to reach out and touch it. The draw distance in this game is really bad. Come on.
5 seconds.
Shit. Come on.
Nearly Slater.
There we go. Done. Ha! That got a bit sketchy for a minute.
Missile launch site has been located.
Okay, on my way. Right, now we're gonna have some
Control
assholes
to
now.
Alpha Wing. Missile destroyed. Launch site coordinates supplied to Navcom.
Right.
Locate and destroy. Over.
See how good they are?
Control to Alpha Wing. The radar team will monitor the situation until you arrive. Over.
Right, now you kind of got to protect your buddies here, but it doesn't matter if they
Control to Alpha
die.
Wing. Bomber group dispatch confirmed. Over.
The trouble with them is
We're under attack. Get us protection.
they won't defend themselves, and they don't
Control
even
to
take
Alpha
evasive
Wing.
action.
Intercept
They'll
and
just
destroy
fly
all
in a
Krakow airborne.
straight
Over.
dummy line.
Slater.
Okay. Right, idiots.
Control
Now.
to Alpha Wing. Escort bomber group Xi to target. Over.
Rocket APCs are bastards.
Control to Alpha Wing.
They
Clear the
punish
area
you.
of all Krakow units. Over.
Right, I think I'll go after the air stuff first. Come on. See, the frame rate, I don't understand it 'cause it's quite nice now. But for some unknown reasons, every now and again it just goes to hell. Right, I don't have that problem with any other game that I've tried recording. Right, always go for the aircraft first. See, look, the frame rate's just taking the dive. Okay. Let's get these APCs out of here. Oh shit, there's another
Control to
rocket.
Alpha Wing. GP bomber group Xi have been eliminated.
See how
Over.
quick they get destroyed. Unfrickin' real.
Destroy the missile launch site.
Doesn't matter too much because we can deal with it. We are getting hit by something, but it's only that.
Good work.
We can cut him up before he cuts us up. If it would hit it, thank you. Must have one of these invisible shields you read so much about. Right. What's that? Shit. It would have to be a rocket APC, wouldn't it? Now our rockets hurt. I think rockets are pretty powerful. I'm out of them now. But yeah. Trouble is, their rockets do the same amount of damage, and they don't run out of them, and they're deadly accurate as well. Right, all we've got to do now is finish this, and that's the end of this level. Out of all the enemies in this game, I would say the rocket APCs are probably some of the most dangerous, especially if there's a couple of them. Come on! Now this thing takes a beating. Might be easier just to spam the button. That's one thing I found out when I was a kid. If you just mash the button, even if your gun's technically overheated, you can still fire fast, as fast, if not faster. Come on, die! You would have thought they could just dispatch a bit more than a couple of ships to help me. Never mind, we know the resources are strained. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Boom.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Yep, you said that. Right, time for tiered medals. Oh man, these ships look so cool, don't they? It's a shame we never got our G-Police 3. Such a shame. That would have been awesome on the PS2. Right. Hit ratio 81%. Not too shabby. But then that did help that I was just shooting that massive lump of metal for most of it. Ugh. Right, what the hell's gone on here? Damn. It would appear one of my hot water bottles burst. Yep, I'm on the sofa with a hot water bottle. Sue me. Right, yeah, we did pretty well there. Right, I'm going to save state it here. Not quite here, in the next bit. And see how this video's turned out.
The technician's report on the remains of the launch site suggests that it could have been constructed by Krakow. If this is the case, it means that Krakow may well have decided to ignore G-Police and take the law into their own hands. It is to be hoped that this was an isolated act of frustration rather than part of a systematic campaign.
Well, we can only hope. See, one thing you kind of get from this is that nobody pays a lot of attention to the G-Police. Either that or they're just really not that good at their job, because, well, look at this place. You got wars between corporations, you know, you got an outright war on the streets. The G-Police seem to just get raped. Oh well. Hopefully we have some bigger weapons in store. Right. Okay, so I'm going to save state it there and see how this came out. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you next time.